welcome back to my channel, and for those that are new here, hello, my name is Alicia. So it is autumn here now in New Zealand, which is the perfect time to get in your garden. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what we get up to in the autumn, all the jobs that we've got to do, also what we are harvesting at the moment, and what we're going to be planting for the autumn. So if you are new here, me and my husband Jaden and our 3 boys now, that's right, our 3rd little boy Elliot has been born. We all live here in New Zealand on a 10-acre property where we're trying to become a little bit more self-sufficient, growing all our produce and our fruit. So here is our veggie garden behind us. So it's made up of 12 raised beds, all different kind of beds. Mainly they're all wooden ones that we made ourselves, and we've also got a couple of these birdie beds. We put in this veggie garden about 5 years ago now, and every year we've pretty much been expanding it, but this is definitely probably as big as I'm going to go. It works really well for us. It definitely does always look like a bit of a mess this time of year, especially after the spring and summer growing season. That's just crazy. There's always so much produce and you don't really have a lot of time to weed. First thing I like to do in the autumn is clear out all the beds, start weeding. You don't want weeds in your bed because it just acts as competition for all your plants growing. Obviously they're both going to be fighting for resources, fighting for sunlight, fighting for water, space, everything like that. So the first thing I'll do is I'll come in and weed everything. So I'm trying not to be too hard on myself this year. Normally I want all of the veggie gardens all weeded and cleared out, but I've decided that this year I'm just going to focus on just a few of them, the ones I'm going to plant in. What I do with all my weeds is I put it all in my compost bin. Now I'm not going to lie, I am a terrible composter. That is definitely a goal of mine within the next few years, is to learn how to compost properly. Why can't I speak today? Learn how to compost properly. So I've seen online like the hot compost method, or how you layer it with different like leaves and sticks and grass clippings and things like that. So I'm not gonna lie, I've just been using this compost bin just as like somewhere to put the weeds when I need them out of the way. People know this, but if you don't, never put any like tomato plants or potatoes or mint, I'll show you my mint in a minute, in the compost bin, because normally it has diseases and stuff and it can spread all through the compost. That's if you're using it for compost. But I have this area at my house down here, it's like this big gully bank thing, and that's pretty much just where I chuck like all my random stuff that I don't want to go back in my garden. So the stuff that I don't want to like contaminate the soil with. Now let me take you back down here and show you the mint. This started off as a tiny little mint plant, like it would have been like that big, and look what it's done to this entire compost bin. So don't plant mint, and if you do plant mint in like a little container. Next thing that we do in autumn is mulching, lots of mulching. So one thing that we use is all of our old chicken manure. So we've got a lot of chickens and they produce quite a lot of manure. We're actually really lucky, and I have noticed ever since I started using all of this chicken manure, our plants have been thriving. So I love to use mulch or the chicken manure because it helps to control weeds. It adds a layer of organic matter on the top. It just helps all those microorganisms work and like puts all the nutrients in your soil, which is so important when it comes to gardening and veggie gardening and growing food. I think people underestimate the soil health. You've got to have good healthy soil to have good healthy plants. That's definitely one thing that I have learned over the past few years, is the importance of soil health to be able to get super healthy plants. Autumn is also a great time to plant a lot of your seedlings. I know that a lot of people kind of give up when it's past the spring summer months, but autumn is great for like your leafy vegetables, your broccoli and collie, because you don't get all the white butterfly around and they don't just bolt like they do in summer. This season I'm trying to grow the iceberg lettuce, you know, the ones you get in the supermarket. So I'm giving those a go. I've done cauliflower, broccoli, spinach, silver beet, and then I've yet to plant all of my root vegetables. I actually probably put the root vegetables in the chicken manure gardens because I'm thinking that the chicken manure will probably break down enough by the time we harvest them, because it does actually take quite a long time to get like a beetroot or a carrot or parsnips or whatever. Another thing I'm growing this year is feijoa seedlings. So they're tiny at the moment. They're these little tiny seedlings. But I thought I'd give it a go because our feijoas this year are amazing. We planted all of these feijoa trees a few years ago and the fruit is just delicious. So I decided to grab the biggest fruit off the tree, off the best producing tree, save some of those seeds and try and grow them myself. So that will be a first for this year. So I'll keep you updated with how they go, and fingers crossed they grow into some decent sized feijoa trees. Right, and you've probably been guessing the massive task that I've got to do this autumn, and it is dealing with the strawberry abundance. It is actually nuts. I swear I only planted like 10 strawberries, and look what the hell has happened. Like, I'm not even joking, just we got strawberries there, here. They're just everywhere, so I need to get rid of them. And they're actually quite hard to get rid of, because even if you chuck a strawberry plant in like a compost bin or something, they don't die. Like, the leaves die, but you're still stuck with like the rhizome, and they spread like crazy, like seriously. So what I'm going to be doing over the next few months is literally just coming along, grabbing them out like that. You'll see there you've got, I'll lift it up, that's 1 plant, 2 plant, 3 plant, 4 plant. If you are new to strawberries, they pretty much grow like rhizomes. They spread from the parent plant and they just create these runners, and these runners pretty much just go into the ground and then they root, and then you've got another plant. So yeah, you can see up here, here's a strawberry plant, there's the runner, and he's just starting to grow roots to try and attach himself into the ground. I think that these strawberries are so densely planted that they're not growing well. This year we barely got any strawberries, would you believe it, and we've got thousands of plants. I think they're just all competing against each other. Some of them are really old, so I reckon I almost need to like start from scratch, and it might be a mission, but I think it's going to be worth it. So over the next few days, weeks, probably months, I'll be pulling all of these strawberry plants out. Alright, now a bit about what we're harvesting this autumn. So pretty much we're harvesting the rest of our apples. So me and Archie picked the last of the apples the other day. A lot of them were rotten and not that great, but nothing goes to waste around here. We decided to give them to our chickens and they absolutely loved them, and once again free food, so why not? I also used a few of them to make a delicious apple crumble, and they are a little bit tart, so it's like perfect for the crumble. Another thing that we'll be harvesting shortly is pumpkins. This year I decided to chuck a few seeds down this bank here in the old grass clippings. So there's 1 plant down here, but I have seen a few crown pumpkin. They are not so big this year though. In the past when we've grown them by where the pigs are, we've normally got way bigger pumpkins, but at least we've got some right. I think there's one over here as well. Yeah, we do have them, but they're definitely not as big. One other thing, the most exciting thing, which I'm going to show you now, is our persimmons. Oh, this is something I'm always excited about in autumn. Persimmons, my second favourite fruit. If you know me, you know that watermelon is my number 1. But persimmons are a close runner-up. They are just starting to go orange now. We bought these trees a few years ago, and to be fair, they actually haven't taken long to produce. This is the first time in my entire life that I've had a persimmon tree that is fruiting, so this is huge for me. And let me show you how many's on the tree. It is absolutely covered. So many fruit, and I was really worried about a storm that we had a few days, that it would knock them all off. But lucky we've got that big feijoa hedge there, which I'll talk about in a minute. But look at all the fruit. And this tree as well. I'm actually going to plan on cutting the bottom branches off, because this one's kind of gone a bit weird. I mean, persimmon trees do have that like weepy look about them, but obviously anything that touches the ground can like make them get disease. But yes, it won't be long now until these guys ripen up a bit and I can eat them all and enjoy them. So exciting. Alright, let's talk about my feijoa hedge. So we have planted so many feijoas along here, and these actually all just came from seedlings. Now, if you didn't know, you need quite a few different varieties so they can pollinate each other. 100% of the type, like what they're called, I think one's Apollo and one's Mammoth, but you can see the different kind of skin. This one here has got quite textured skin, whereas these ones down here have kind of like smoother skin, and these ones are definitely my favorite. Like, look at them, oh my gosh. This is definitely the first year that we've actually got a decent amount of feijoas. Last year we had a few, but this year there's like heaps and heaps. And we've already been collecting them all. The kids love to ride down here on their bikes and pick them all up. So shortly we will start getting into all of the citrus. We've got a lot of citrus actually. This one here is the Easy Peel Satsuma Mandarin. We've got oranges here, and we're starting to get some decent size to them. We've got lime trees here. That's how the Buddha's hand is doing. So it's still the same color. It looks like it's starting to get disease. So I don't know what the deal is with this tree. I grew it just to have a bit of fun, but this thing is so heavy for the tree. So that's basically all that we've been harvesting in our orchard. If you've missed spring, I'm sorry I didn't do a spring tour. It was just hectic with the baby and the hospital and things. But we do have a lot of stone fruit, which you can see behind me. Lots of peaches, nectarines, plums, apricots that we've been harvesting. Also this massive grapevine tunnel. Grapes are all finished. Look at what it looks like now. So this courgette plant has done really well this season. Normally they're wiped out by now with all sorts of leaf fungus issues. But we've still got a few on there. Check that out. So I made sure I lifted it up on like a bit of wood just so it doesn't make contact with the ground, because that can obviously contribute to it. All of the marigolds are still in full flower. I love planting these every season. It attracts so many bees. Not that we really need them at the moment because our gardens are empty, but they just look beautiful. Definitely next season I'm going to plant a lot more flowers. This was not the first season, but the first kind of time I've actually planted different kinds of flowers, like these ones here, also these little orange ones. And I have noticed a lot more bees around the garden, and pollination is obviously crucial when it comes to vegetables and growing vegetables and pollinating the flowers to grow the vegetables themselves. That pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what we get up to over the autumn. And I've inspired you guys to get out there and go in your garden and keep growing. Growing season is not over. You can grow year round, so go on, get out there and give it a go. I'm definitely going to be busy over the next few months getting all this cleaned up and dealing with those strawberries. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to keep updated, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.